Should you run away from the cops? This is a discussion that I've had with many people, especially young men who tend to get a little aggressive with their adventures. This scenario plays out very often. You are sitting in your car with a bunch of friends, you are getting drunk, the police sees you, flags you down, tries to catch you, but you run away and you live to tell the tale and also laugh about it. To all of these people, I always say that it is far better to stop and actually talk it out with the cop and deal with the situation rather than running away. Because compared to getting caught by the cop and facing the far worst situation over there, the situation when you run away, if you get into it, could be far worse. The reason why is because if the cop catches you, at most, say you will be penalized. We all know it's a way of life in India that cops are very easy to please. And even if they are not, even if you're caught, you're prosecuted, there is the whole process of law to ensure that you get a fair chance to walk away free. However, if you try to run away from the cop immediately, what's going to happen is, because I've seen this happen so many times, of course, there are occasions where you are able to run away and you get away without a scratch. But on a lot of occasions, especially if you have a vehicle, you're running away, cops, I have seen on with my own eyes, cops take a lathi out. They don't care whether you're driving a bike or a car or whatever. They will try to, throw down. They will try to beat you up. They will try to do anything to get you to stop. They are not civilized people, especially when they're out there frustrated with, 30, 40 hour work shifts themselves. They just want the belligerents to not act up. One is the fear, one is the genuine apprehension that you could get beaten up, you could get severely hurt, you could maybe fall, get into an accident, a bunch of things could happen to you. Another thing is that you could be hurting somebody else. You could cause an accident in which someone else gets hurt or maybe even die. You could face prosecution for that as well. There is also the proceedings under the Motor Vehicles Act that you might face. Severe injury, you pay a lot of money. Death, you pay even more money to the family of the deceased person. And apart from that, what the most common way people do face the far worse consequences of running away from the police are that if you do get caught, what is going to happen is that the police, instead of hoisting upon you what they would have done as maximum punishment in, say, perhaps, taking a big bribe from you, or maybe, charging you with, which is often a bailable offense, so you don't immediately go to jail, but you get your fair chance at trial. But if you don't stop and you run away, apart from whatever the police would have added upon you, would have foisted upon you, they will also add many more sections which will make it far more difficult for you to get out of the situation. On a lot of occasions, and as you have seen in recent past as well, when bailable offenses of lockdown violations were not enough, the police also added provisions such as allegations, such as we were assaulted when we tried to stop and take the details of this person, which makes it a non-bailable offense, because of which they are able to throw you down in jail. There have been many occasions. One I can remember right now is these two gentlemen got into a little bit of a spat with cops regarding something, and the matter escalated so quickly that they also got aggressive and they hit back to the police officer, and because of which they were arrested and they spent, I believe, considerable amount of time in custody. These kind of situations are something that people don't really think about. Of course, on a lot of occasions, and you will have your friends who say that, oh, we were getting drunk and we were able to escape from the cops. But what you don't know is the thousands and thousands of stories of people who, after they ran away, they got caught, they got beaten up, then they got arrested, they got charged, and it was very, very difficult for them. They spent lakhs on lawyers as well to get out of the situation. But you don't hear these stories because they do not want to cough up these embarrassing stories about how they were prosecuted, beaten up, and had to spend a lot of money on lawyers. Take this from me as a lawyer who does deal with so many of these people. You do not want to be running away from the police. Instead, just hang in there, talk to them, talk it out, it is far better when you weigh the pros and cons of the entire situation, staying there versus running away. It is far more prudent to stay, to talk, to sort it out.